Somewhere between space and time, there is a place, the Archive of Awesome. An ancient vault that guards the most amazing stories and myths. Each book, a magical gateway to the paperverse. Let me take you on a journey through the 7 masterpieces. It's time to return to games.
Getting goosebumps. So this makes me wonder if they're going to make 6 other, like, paper games that are like remakes of older games. I really hope so. This is my favorite part right here.
Ah, the Book of Demons. A truly grim story in our collection. Not for the faint of heart. A wandering hero returns home, only to find everything different than remembered. A horrendous evil rose from the depths of hell, devoured the brave and poisoned the living with despair. For in the depths of a place once holy, a dark ritual is concluded. Ah, the ultimate evil has awoken. Adventure. Darkness. Horrors. All of these await below. Good luck.
Welcome to Book of Demons, a paper remake of the classic Diablo, with some interesting mechanical twists. And so, as you can see, I've already played all 3 classes. I think probably Rogue was my favorite, so we're going to be going with that for our first roguelike playthrough. So there's going to be a number of things different in the roguelike versus the normal play. So first off, Katniss. Okay, all right, yeah, we'll keep that. So first off, you're going to have totally random card drops, which, like in normal play, they drop in a logical order that helps you progress in the game, but here it's going to be totally random. We get what we get. Second is fountains don't refill, so those are limited. Third is resurrecting. I don't even care about that. We're not going to die, guys. I don't even know why it makes sense for them to have resurrection in a roguelike play, because isn't that kind of the definition of roguelike? Is that when you die, it's over? That's what I thought anyway. We're not going to go through the dialogue in this video.
Your arrival.
I assume most of you have already seen it, and the story is the same as Diablo. Pretty much. But we will check this out, because this is cool. I love the paper fire so much. It makes me happy inside. Alright, so you don't have enough gold to resurrect, and we don't care. We're not going to be needing to resurrect, guys. We're pro here, okay? We're not small time. So let me tell you guys what you're going to be in for with this series. This is obviously a very repetitive game where there's going to be a lot of the dungeon crawling is just going to be the same stuff over and over, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fast forward through kind of the boring parts, and I'll slow it down for all of the interesting parts, like when we get new cards and when we have fun boss fights, and you know, the people who really want to see every moment of it, you'll have the option of slowing it down when you're watching it on YouTube, so you can hold the phone. We just got the heal spell. First card we got was the heal spell. This is ridiculous. Okay, this is like the best heal in the game. It costs 1 mana for a really strong heal over time that lasts for like 20 seconds or something. It's better than the health amulet by like 2.5 times. And we just got it first thing, so this is kind of what I was thinking with the roguelike experience. Like, it could either be really horrible, or you could get really lucky and it'll be even easier than normal play. So, normal, you don't actually get a healing item for quite a while, and we just got this as our very first card, so...
The sanctity of this place has been fouled.
Our survivability has just jumped hugely. And this is looking real good. Real good for us. We're just going to dump everything into mana, by the way, because that's my playstyle. It seems like all of the classes basically amount to spellcasters, like they do the best when they're just spamming spells, so we're just going to go full mana. And hopefully we don't die from low health, because there are some really heavy hitters in this game. And we got an archer boss first thing. That's super fun. Archers are really, really annoying in this game because you're locked to this path. In case this is your first introduction to Book of Demons, you can't leave this path that we're on. That's probably the biggest difference from Diablo, which makes it really horrible when there's an archer enemy like at the end of a hallway and you have no choice but to walk down that hallway before you can get in range to kill them. So you just have to eat some arrows. Fortunately, that wasn't the case this time, and we were able to dodge him. Which the rogue has a way better, easier time with that than most characters because her arrows just keep going past her visible range, past her vision. The other characters, they can't attack past that circle of light in the center. Oh, we got fire arrows as well. Things are looking good, so that'll set us up for the catacombs, where there's ghost enemies where we will need fire damage to kill them efficiently. But yeah, okay, another level up. More mana, please, because we're going to be picking up a bunch of cards that are equipment items that are going to take mana from us to be able to use them. And we're going to want to use those. Like, they're really good. And health, you know, that nobody needs health. That just keeps you alive. And we're not going to get hit. Don't worry, guys. We're not taking any hits. That's the plan. What could go wrong? So let's just do long enough to get our 2,000 gold for our next card slot unlock. That's going to be our main use for money for a while here at the start. So yeah, now that we have gotten a little look of what the early game is going to be like for the rogue, which is going to be a lot better than I thought it was going to be, because I was really concerned for the roguelike rogue gameplay playthrough. My biggest concern was we were going to get like trapped in one of those rooms where the enemies are right at the doorway, so there's no way at all to avoid getting hit unless you have like the leap ability or some other way of getting out. But even then, like, the room's so small, there's enemies everywhere. So I was concerned we were going to get trapped in there, we weren't going to have enough health, and we were just going to die. But now that we have the heal spell, that might be enough to keep us alive in those situations. And obviously we can use potions if we really need to, but just so you guys know, I am super averse to using consumables as a gamer. I don't want to do it, ever. And I know that the devs for this game have actually like made it a lot easier for people like me to use those consumables, because you can only hold so many of them. So there's a limit to how much you can store up, which means, you know, once you're at that limit, you may as well use one. Because otherwise you're just throwing away all the future ones that you could have been collecting, right? but I still don't like it. I can't get over it. There's been too many games in the past where I always feel like I should save these because I might need them later, even if I'm dying at the moment. So yeah, I'm probably going to use very, very few health potions or any other kind of potion or consumable in this. I'll use the arrows. I'll use the fire arrows and stuff because we're going to need those, or else, like the ice and fire-hearted enemies are going to take forever to kill. Okay, so now that we've gotten a look at the early gameplay, I'll fast forward to probably when we get the next card, and I'll see you guys there. Well, that didn't take long. So we got Arrow Rain, which is not one of my favorite cards. The way Arrow Rain works is it fires 50 arrows all over the screen in like a storm, and 5 of those arrows are guided, so they're like pretty much guaranteed to hit targets, but the rest of them are pretty much guaranteed to not hit anything, just because of the odds of them landing somewhere that an enemy is. Obviously, you know, it does better in really crowded rooms than empty ones, because there's a higher chance the arrows will hit something. But most of the time you're looking at just like, you know, 6 or 7 or so arrows hitting enemies, which can be useful, but not as useful as most offensive abilities. The times I can think that we would use this is like when there's a room with a doorway. We could actually use Arrow Rain to hit enemies in that room from the other side of the doorway. So, you know, in really sticky situations where they're camping the doorway and they have heavy hitters there that'll just could one-shot us, basically.
That's what I'm talking about.
We might have to use that to kind of clear out the room from a distance. So I can see us using it there. Otherwise, we're probably not going to use it because, 1, because it's not that great, and 2, because we don't have any mana regeneration yet, so we're pretty much not going to be using any spells regularly. Except for heal when we need it. Oh, and I don't think I mentioned, for those of you who don't know, with the rogue, if you hold shift and fire, you can actually like manually aim at stuff rather than using the like hold on the target to auto aim at them. And with some enemies that like actively try and dodge, that can be really useful because you can anticipate where they're going to go and lead the target. Whereas the auto aim, if you're just holding the mouse click on them, won't do that and it'll just miss. So it's useful sometimes to manually aim. And we're just about to hit a boss here, so let's see what happens. We got Erica, the Shield Maiden. And the Shield Maiden has a lot of really annoying archers that are hitting me because it's really difficult to dodge. You have to like stutter step by tapping the shift key when you want to fire and holding down the mouse. And sometimes I'm good at it and sometimes I get the timing off. But when there's a whole bunch of archers, it's definitely really difficult. But, yeah, at least the Shield Maiden was easy. And more mana. We still haven't gotten any spoke too soon. The magic... No, this is actually really good. So, the way this works is when you dispel... Like, monsters cast spells, and while they're casting, you can click and hold the bubble over their head to interrupt or dispel. And with this ring on, when we do that, it's going to drop mana for us. Which means we now have, albeit a kind of crummy one, we have a way to recover mana. It's going to be very situational because we can only do it when there's enemies that are spellcasters. But this is really, really good because it means we're probably not going to be totally reliant on mana shrines anymore. We can use our heal every once in a while, and we can recover the mana from dispelling stuff. So I'm really happy with how the cards are playing out for us so far. This is looking good. All right, let's fast forward and let's see if we get a chance to use it soon. Well, never mind. We already found another boss. It is fast and furious down here. Steve the Plagued, and he is teleporting zombies at us. That's not cool, Steve. Didn't anybody ever tell you how to interact with people? That is not the way to make friends. Not that I really mind zombies, they're pretty easy. In fact, anything that does poison damage is not that much of a threat, because no matter how much poison you get stacked on you, it still only does 1 damage a second. And you can cure yourself of it quite easily. And now we got a portion where we gotta stay near him. I do not like these. But as long as we keep retreating from him and kill his minions, there we go. Shouldn't get hit. Now he is shooting purple stuff at us. Alright, that was pretty easy. Okay, now we will fast forward. Unfortunately, he didn't cast any spells at us, so we'll see if we get to use it. See you there. Good lord, never mind again. We got Intuition this time, which is also an amazing card, but probably not one we're going to be able to use until we get serious mana regeneration. So, as you can see, the way this works is it makes all arrows damage shields, which is going to be very useful once we get decoys. It makes our arrows dispel, so it'll interrupt spells just by shooting people, which is amazing because it means we can interrupt their spells from very long range. Because you have to be pretty close to them to interrupt their spells by grabbing the button. God, I hate these archers. This is one of those situations where we were... More mana, please. Where we were in a hallway and just... there was not much way to dodge. I could have gone to the left, but... yeah. But yeah, Intuition's going to be really, really useful later. Mainly once we have decoys and we're just like, you know, pumping tons of arrows throughout a room. You'll see, you'll see. Alright, let's get that card slot. Yes, please.
I've been busy too while you
Cauldron, we're probably not going to mess with that till the first boss.
Greetings, traveler.
Butcher, I mean.
People call me the fortune teller. I'm pleased to see there are souls courageous enough to visit a place like this and stay.
Yeah, we don't have time for that.
In truth, cards are...
Alright, nothing to do here.
Oh, missed me already?
Yeah, so in Roguelike, I guess the other thing I forgot to mention is normally whatever stat you don't choose when you level up goes into the cauldron, and you can pick it up when you collect your prizes in the cauldron, and that doesn't happen in Roguelike. So we're just going to have less stat points than we did in normal gameplay, so that's another thing that's going to make it a little difficult. So every time we've been going mana, that's health we're losing out on that we'll never really get. But frankly, I'm okay with that. I'd rather have mana. What I really wish is if I could get 2 mana instead of, you know, 1 health or 1 mana. Okay, this is looking a little crowded here. A little bit crowded. Need to clear off the beach here. Alright, not so bad. I feel like there's going to be quite a few archers around here. One of the fun things about the rogue is you can just blind fire into the room and just listen to the screams. Oh, if you guys don't know, the shielded enemies you have to target with the mouse on their shield and break that before you can start damaging them. So it's kind of a, like, hit them in this particular spot mechanic. Kind of like a weak point mechanic. I guess we'll put intuition in here, even though I doubt we're going to use it, but, like, just in case somebody's casting something really nasty from outside of our normal dispel range. Alright, we're going to try fast forwarding again. 3rd time's the charm. See you then. Okay, these guys are nasty. They do a lot of damage when they jump at you, and they're particularly nasty for a rogue because, as you can see, he kind of like weaves back and forth as he moves, which makes him really hard to hit. On the warrior and the mage, the warrior, his hits are instant. There's no projectile, so nope, we got boots. Alright, not thrilled about that. Boots are good for when there's a whole lot of fire on the ground, like in the hell levels. And we also got gargoyles here, which I really despise because sometimes they won't activate until you're right in front of them, which means there's literally no way to avoid taking damage. And they hit like a truck.
Great.
So I hate that. I'm sure you'll see that happen. What was I saying? Oh, yeah. So the boots can be really useful. Well, they're really useful for the mage for like lightning. And they're really useful in hell when there's fire all over the place and you really can't avoid it. They would be way, way useful if they really let you go through all path obstructions, including enemies. But they don't. They just let you go through, like, icicles and rocks that are blocking the path. So, they're pretty situational. Usually the problem, the path is being blocked by enemies. Which is why I really hope we get Leap soon, because we need it. Because there's some situations where you can get surrounded by really heavy enemies through no fault of your own, really. And if you can't get out of there, you're in serious trouble. Because some of them will take like half your health in one hit. I mean, I almost want to go for hearts, but no. I really want to go for mana. I really like mana. And it'll be more entertaining for you guys when I'm going with the riskier playstyle, right? Win-win. Let's see what's in this chest after we kill this gargoyle. Fortunately, that one activated from a long distance, but then he jumped away again and is healing. Okay, what's in the chest? Just a rune. Alright, I'll fast forward again. I'll see you guys then. see? You see what I have to deal with here? Look at this. It's ridiculous. Alright, actually, we did okay. And frankly, I kind of like them because, you know, they actually require aiming, which is fairly rare in this game, and I do like skill-based challenges. And I think we got a boss coming up here. After we take out these dang archers. I know, man, those archers. Tell me about it. They're terrible people. Who uses a bow? Pick those guys up. Okay, okay, calm down. You'll get your chance. I know I'm paying attention to your friends right now, but saving the best for last. Oh, that was rather anticlimactic. Ah, we got invisibility potion. Okay. Well, I probably won't use that because, yeah, I don't like using consumables. It can be very useful, I think. I've never actually used it, but so basically it means they can't attack you until you run into one of them. Or I assume if you attack. So it would be kind of ridiculous if you could attack while they couldn't attack you. But I guess that's what the Divine Potion does, so, you know. Part of the reason I don't like using some of these consumables is because they're just ridiculous. Like, you drink the Divine Potion, you can be invincible for quite a while. That just doesn't seem fair. Okay, anyway. Aha! I got